Okay, Siddharth Purohit is also with us. Siddharth, some more details. Advances growth, which is essentially loan growth, is coming at about 10%. Gross slippages are down 48% quarter on quarter. Most of the slippages on corporate lending in Q3 were from the watch list, and the watch list loan base is also reduced to 3% of customer assets in December 2016. Is this the silver lining you were looking at in the numbers, given the fact that most on the panel believe the bank's indication of asset quality concerns remaining was in the price?
In fact, post Q2, when they recognized almost 8,000 crores of NPA from the watch list, there was already kind of negativity that earnings will be impacted for the coming quarters, and it was kind of known that for coming 2-3 quarters they will be recognizing higher amount of assets as NPA from the watch list. So the numbers, I would say, has been disappointing, but not in a big way, because it was a kind of matter of fact during which quarter the asset would be recognized as.
Just hold your thought. Yeah, so the bad numbers were in the price. Poonam has some more details. Poonam?
Yes, Tanveer. In fact, if you look at the entire watch list, we also have the watch list number now. We are seeing a reduction in the watch list, reduction of 2.8% on a quarter-on-quarter basis coming in there, which watch list standing close to around 11,000. Versus the 12,000, versus the 13,800 crore in the last quarter. So that's some amount of reduction coming in the watch list, and that is positive. The second positive is that we're seeing the slippage is also coming down during this quarter. Slippages, in fact, have gone down by 50%, close to 50%. Slippages now stand at 4,200 crore versus 8,700 odd crore in the last quarter. Recovery stand at 350 crore, write-off stand at 122 crore. So sharp reduction in terms of the slippages. Watch list also is coming down. We need more management commentary there. The total restructured assets stand at 6,100 odd crore versus 6,700 crore. So reduction in watch list, reduction in restructured assets, as well as reduction coming in terms of the slippages. Okay, that's definitely good, and hence probably that explains.
Thanks very much. I think you've said it. It's a silver lining, the reduction in the watch list assets. But I just want to mark live visuals coming in from Delhi, where the finance minister, with his team, essentially went through the auspicious halwa ceremony before actually going into that time period when the budget the budget book essentially will be kept out of bounds for everybody, and it's really an auspicious ceremony to mark the budget session. We'll have to wait and watch out for what comes out in the budget, but this is traditional, and this happens each year, just a few days ahead of the budget. We'll have to wait and watch out for what happens when the budget is unveiled, but this ceremony just marks the fact that going forward now, the finance minister and his team of advisors and the authors of the budget will not be able to interact with the media at all. They will be quarantined in a way to essentially focus on building the budget book. But I just want to come back to Axis Bank, because these numbers will have a bearing on the stock's reaction tomorrow. Lalita, I want to start off with you first. Would you see the miss on NPAs as a big overhang on the stock, which I'll just bring up the 3-month chart for our viewers, which is either ways underperformed its peers from last quarter to now, or would you see the fall in the watch list as a silver lining, which is perhaps reason to take a contrarian view?
Yeah, I think a contrarian view would be a better thing at this point of time. Everybody was expecting Axis Bank results to be like this, and NPAs to rise and everything. What is interesting is that not only the slippages, not only the watch list has come down, even slippages base has come down. That is a positive. Secondly, what remains in the watch list category, that also is interesting, because as you rightly said, budget exercise is already underway, and expectations are there that some sectors, especially infrastructure and power, can get some relief or some positive booster for that. So I think market might take that also in consideration, and maybe tomorrow the stock might react not so negatively on this results, because the results were more or less, factored in kind of.
Okay. Same question to you, Ravikant. Is this a sign that the bottom has been touched when it comes to the bad loan situation, the NPA situation at Axis Bank, and maybe a time to look at the stock favorably? It's still trading 2 times forward price to book.
I think the stock is kind of finding its bottom, or it's close to our target price. But see, it doesn't leave room for upside. That's the issue. The way the numbers are coming out, well, they were expected. But where does the stock go from here, given that the earnings are going to remain weak? So, that really leaves little room for the upside. So, it's moving in that direction in terms of asset quality. But I really don't think that the stock would start now consolidating and moving up. It's still some time away.
And same question to you, Siddharth, before I go back to Poonam for her assessment. I think she has some more details on recoveries and upgrades, but would you buy the stock?
Yeah, in fact, I have a rating on the stock. But post this result, maybe you will see some knee-jerk reaction, because certainly certain misses in terms of numbers. But what I was trying to tell is that possibly large amount of recognition is already happening, and maybe another 2 quarters you will see a lot of balance sheet being cleaned up. So possibly FY18 you can see start to see some amount of stability in earnings. So maybe we'll not see much of selling happening in the stock, and I think any correction would be a buying opportunity in the stock rather.
Okay. Poonam, our guests over here on the panel believe that looking at the silver lining, maybe the downside to the stock is capped. The upside still remains a big question mark. But the stock may have reached its bottom, even though it's priced 2 times price to book forward on a forward basis. You have looked at the internals. I'm also getting some of those flashes on slippages, recoveries, upgrades. Give us your overall assessment on where we are in the recovery process, in the recovery cycle for Axis Bank.
Well, Tanvi, in fact, if you look at in terms of the recovery cycle for Axis Bank, we are nowhere in terms of the recovery. And what I mean by recovery is the recoveries and upgrades for the bank will still take time. Slippages, if we take only this quarter, if slippages have come down, that is definitely heartening, and the pace of which that we are seeing the watch list reduction is also good, because even in the last quarter I do remember there was some amount of reduction in terms of the watch list, and even in this quarter we are seeing some amount of reduction. In fact, the other important point is this quarter they have improved the provision cover. The provision cover has improved to 64% versus the 60% in the last quarter. And this is with stable provisions in the P&L, the provisions remain stable. So all these points in terms of asset quality are heartening, and in fact we should be seeing some amount of green in the stock price at least for tomorrow, despite whatever the stock has done over the last few weeks.
Okay, thanks very much, Poonam, for that. I'd like to thank all our experts also, banking analysts joining us with a quick review of Axis Bank's earnings. Prima facie, and this was my initial comment as well, the numbers look disappointing. There are asset quality concerns. You can see how the stock has been down 8% over the last 3 months. Over the last 6 months, it's lost about 10%. It's been an underperformer within the large cap private banking space, but that's known. So we'll have to see whether there would be a knee-jerk reaction on the downside for the stock when we open trade tomorrow, or whether the market takes it in its stride that the worst is over for Axis Bank, and maybe they will struggle around these levels for a bit and then stage a recovery. The good news is their watch list has reduced. I think their overall concern on loans turning bad, that also prima facie has seen some respite. Recoveries have stepped up. So I think those are some of the elements that the market would take heart from. But the upside is still a big unknown. With that, we wrap up our coverage of Axis Bank's Q3 earnings. When we come back after this short break, we will tell you how to approach the markets for tomorrow.